Beautiful souls, I want to wish you all a very beautiful and happy summer with this channeling of predictions for June, July and August. And now I will start with June. So this is going to be from the end of June. So it's going to be very important now to connect to nature, nature spirits, elements, elves, because they bring us happiness, play and love. And it's going to shift now in end of June from words to experiencing life, because we have been stuck so much, in this kind of fear-based energy. So now it's going to be more important to focus on life, on love, on healing and experiencing life. And then it's also been important now in June, end of June, after midsummer, to look at all these kind of things that bring in stress and worries in our life. Do we need to take down our time spending on technical gadgets, written words, and social medias and news? Because sometimes it makes us very anxious and stressed when we are spending so much time and energy on these kind of things. And now it's also going to be very important to ground and earth into power by spending time in June in nature. And then it's going to be very good to instead of herbs have this kind of like summer flowers which you can find in meadows to rapidly change the energies, because they have very this kind of like etheric light sense. So if you have time to go out and pick summer meadow flowers and bring them home, then you will attune more easily to the energies of the end of June. And then there are still a lot of people that are stuck in from left to right in this kind of judging and condemning people. And I just want to say that it's going to be very good, either if you're left or right, that it's going to be really good to try to learn to refrain from judging and condemning anything or anyone, because what you give out to the world, what you give out to people will come back to you. So if you judge, if you condemn people, you certainly will get it back. And then it's because that's how karma works. What you give out, you receive back. So so take back your power and stay in your heart, stay in love, and try to focus on things that are more of higher energy in your life. And then it's also like this, for example, that both nature spirits and all this kind of cosmic energies that are, and archangels that are working on Mother Earth now, they are very like androgynous. Sometimes they are very like male and sometimes they are very female. And if you look back at history, there's also always been this kind of tendencies to find, this kind of scapegoats. Sometimes it was like Jews, for some time it was the gays, and now it seems to be like, this kind of gender variation community. And if you look at the energies coming from above, the cosmic energies, Pleiadians, Lyrans, Sirians, Arcturians, they are very androgynous and very like, sometimes you don't know if they are male or female. And also like the archangels are both like female and have male character. So remember that, because we have this kind of powerful energies now working on Mother Earth and on this sacred planet, then of course it's going to manifest in physical form. So we have more people that are more varied regarding gender and sexual orientation. So that's why it's going to be very important to refrain from scapegoating and try to scapegoat those people which are very vulnerable in this time, because they are part of evolution. So I hope you understand how important it is to stay in love, to stay in those healing energies and positive energies that are trying to come in, and refrain from this kind of negative, lower energies which try to condemn and scapegoat people through turbulent times. We can learn from history. We don't need to fall in the trap of populism, and we can learn to stay in love, stay in compassion, and stay in healing energies, positive and creative energies. So I hope you can really benefit from this prediction, so you can stay in your heart, stay in love, and everything else which is true, serene, healing and beneficial, both for you and the community, the collective, and the whole community and this planet. Now we will continue with July. So in July it's going to be very different, because there's coming in that we can work with fairy queens to reclaim and gain power in the height of summer, with, for example, fairy queen Maeve and Keridwen, and, for example, Aine. And it's because there's been a lot of this kind of fear-based energy, a lot of this kind of, worry energy, stressful energies. So when we take back our power, we focus on life. We focus on everything that is true, authentic and real. So we don't go into this like lower toxic energies, condemn anyone, because we want to stay in the flow of life, stay in love, stay in light. And we can do that by working with fairy queens to call back our power. And now in July it will be very beneficial to use white sage and lavender, very strong herbals, and also crystals like Amazonite and Moldavite to call back our powers. And then there's like a guidance to spend time in fields and forest where you will really gain energy. And also take time to ground earth by connecting to tree roots, stones and moss, because you will get a lot of energy, so you can create, build and shape when you get back into your power. When we have more free time and also holiday in July, it's going to be very important for healing, because when we are more relaxed, when we have more time, we can really allow ourselves to work on our healing. So it will be beneficial, for example, with meditation, and also take some kind of treatment, for example, but also work, for example, with a healing guide. And for example, if you have this kind of contact, to work both on a frequency and vibration level, vibrational level. That's why it will be very important to have some time so you can really rest, recharge and rejuvenate in July, because then it will be much more easy to go forward in the fall, when you really have charged your batteries and integrated and healed also. And July is a turning point when a lot of people are going to decide and say enough is enough, and about all the craziness in the world. So we are going to focus instead on positive things, life, love, all the people close to us, our animals, our community, our collective, everything close to us. So we will be more connected to everything living around us, and that's very positive. And then also in July and the summer, it's going to be important to have our animals and nature in mind. So we try to be more mindful, because there's going to be shortages in many parts of the world with water. So try to be a bit mindful about how you use and spend water, and also do a favor both to your animals, if you have pets, and if you have contact with, for example, wild animals in your garden or your farm. Put out some water both to your pets and wild animals, and also of course give water to nature, because they will need it now in this dry summer. And then we are going over to August, which will be very different, because there's a big energy shift. A lot of divine feminine power and energy is coming in, and it's very strong, nurturing, powerful, loving energy for everyone and all. So it's not going to be selective, that some people will not receive this energy, either those who have this kind of LGBT spectrum, who belong to this group, or these people who are very to the right or to the left, because this positive, powerful, light, loving, healing energy is going to benefit all peoples across the spectrum, and really nourish us and give us power to empower us and change our lives. So it's the Lionsgate portal, the 8th of 8 in August. So there will be big transformation, magic, transmutation, and you can change, alter any situation in your life. You just have to take some time to write down what you want to change. And also the energy is going to also move very fast forward from the middle of August. So it's going to be very important to stay both flexible and able to follow the flows of life and energy. And then there's some herbs which we can use in August. It's cinnamon, pepper, ginseng, ginger, curcumin, which which you can gain a lot of power and stimulation with. Regarding crystals, it's like tiger eye, which transform energy, yellow calcite, so you focus on positive and the sun energies, aura crystals, and then you can also work with all these kind of cosmic energies and helpers and masters in August, which I mentioned: Pleiadians, Syrians, Lyrans, and higher masters. So you really can stay and connect to the flow. And then it's strange because I got also very in my inner sphere the tarot card priestess. So now is really the time to practice your spiritual path through meditation, prayer, and gratitude practice. And especially now in August. And gratitude will open up and empower all the change and transformation, and also increase the flow of blessings and synchronizations which you desire. And when it becomes a bit darker in the end of August, then it's going to be like that our ancestors will try to help us, to support us, because we are all need to go forward in the beginning of the fall, and that's why it's going to be very good to work with mediumship and contact with past loved ones in the end part of August, just before fall, so we can really gain the support from our family tree, our relatives, our past loved ones, so we really can go forward in the beginning of September. And then there's going to be a lot of people that are unsure about what they want, their true desires, dreams. And that's why it's going to also be good in August to, when there's a lot of energy coming in, to take time to connect to Kalpataru, our area inside of you, where your true wishes, your inner desires and longings are, because often we desire things which other people desire or long for, or that we copy other people's lives. So by doing meditation and connecting to this dream tree inside of you, Kalpataru, you can connect to your true, authentic, inner wishes, and that makes it much more easier for you to progress in the fall, when you have it clear, when you have it crystal clear, what you truly desire, love, what you will want to change, what you really loved to bring forward in this kind of physical world. So take some time to meditate on Kalpataru Power Center, to really connect to your true dreams, desires and longing, because that will be very beneficial in August. Thank you so much, and I wish you all a beautiful summer, and may you all bloom into your highest and most beautiful and sacred and flowering form. Thank you, thank you. Blessings and love, Avril.
Da da